Hundreds of dead fish wash ashore in Hampton. Turns out they were dumped there on purpose. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Allen.
And I'm Erin LeBeau. Regina Mobley is off tonight. We just learned fishermen actually dumped dozens in the water off Buckrow Beach in Fort Monroe. And 13 News Now reporter Nico Clemens joins us from the messy scene in Buckrow. Nico.
Dead fish everywhere.
It's creepy.
Not one, not two, not even 10, but hundreds at Buckrow Beach and Fort Monroe Beach in Hampton.
Dead fish everywhere, floating in the water and all over the side.
Everyone trying to figure out what's up.
As far as you can see in either direction, it's like this.
Like Jennifer Edmondson. She made pit stops at both Fort Monroe and Buckrow Beach.
And it was the same scene everywhere, dead fish.
Yeah, health officials put swimming advisories in place at Fort Monroe, Salt Ponds, and Buckrow Beaches after the fish washed up. But come to find out, fishermen dumped all these fish off their boat this morning.
It's creepy. It's like nobody knows, like nobody cares about the dead fish everywhere.
Hampton's Parks and Recreation staff is now working with other departments to clean up the dead fish.
I'm not going in it much.
Virginia Department of Health officials say samples they took from Buckrow Beach Monday came back showing high bacteria levels in the water. That was before the fish washed up on shore. However, they do say the bacteria levels can grow because of decaying fish.
I'm wondering why there's still people out here swimming in the water.
Edmonston is relieved to know there's not harmful bacteria killing fish at the beach, but she's going to stay out of the water for now.
I'm a little skeptical. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll do small periods in and out.
Virginia Marine Police are now looking into the fish dump. Right now, there's a swimming advisory at Buckrow Beach South, which is going to stay in place until new samples come back after the 4th of July holiday. In Hampton, Nico Clemens, 13 News Now.